Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Teens Read. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about a book series called Artorian Archives, and this is a companion series to Divine Dungeon. But before I start talking about that, I would like to ask whether or not people would be interested in me either starting a new YouTube channel or making a new series on this channel, to talk about the realm, Chaotic Kingdoms, which I am creating with a couple of my friends and my brother. It's going to be basically a role-playing game in Minecraft where you can hire different people to do different things. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. It's going to be basically modded Minecraft in Pocket Edition. So if you'd be interested in me doing a series covering that, or even just joining, leave a comment down below saying so. But on to talking about the book series. So, Artorian's Archives is a book series following one of the characters in Divine Dungeon, Artorian. And it's basically Artorian's backstory and his history, and it's talking about him and what he's done. And I really liked this book series because it's very different from Divine Dungeon, but it still follows the same kind of themes, and there's still similarities between them. So one of the things I really like about it is how it kind of focuses more on the corralling of essence and corruption, and he starts off as a 50-year-old guy who's about to die because he has 4 open affinity channels and can barely get enough essence because he's just got tons and tons of corruption. And so what I really like is seeing how he goes about kind of removing his corruption and creating a cultivation technique. And it talks a lot about how he does it and in what ways he can do things with corruption. Another thing I like is how it talks a lot about the different types of cultivators. There are aura cultivators, who are people who basically use their aura to do things, like create fireballs or lances of light. Versus people who are body cultivators, who don't have an aura, which makes them weaker, because aura attacks can be very powerful, but it makes their body incredibly strong and able to just destroy, like, everything. And so he becomes an aura cultivator, and it's really cool seeing how the different types of cultivators have strengths and weaknesses and things like that. Another thing that I really like is how they show how many different types of cultivators there are. I know that kind of sounds similar to the last one, but this is kind of more like he meets the wood elves, who have their, like, home tree, and they cultivate through that, but they don't have to worry about refining. So they basically become super good at techniques. And then you have Dawn, or the fire spirit, who is basically his mentor for a little while, and she's a fire mage turning into a fire incarnation. And so basically she is just basically a regular cultivator, but she becomes super powerful, and she kind of takes over being an S ranker from a different S ranker, because you can only have one S ranker at any given time. So I really like how many different varieties of cultivators there are. Also, I like how the author talks a lot about the different combinations of essence and what you can do with them, and how you can change things, and how you can change different types of essence. You can make, like, slime essence and mud essence using different combinations of essence. And I really think that is a fascinating thing. So, some of my favorite characters are probably Artorian, of course, because he's just so inventive, but also funny, and he's just a really cool character. And then you have Dawn, who's the fire incarnation. She's I believe, high elf or just an elf. Um, and she's like really wise, and she's a master of fire, and she always seems to be kind of in control of the situation, even when it's kind of out of her hands. And then I like Tiberius, I believe. He's one of Artorian's grandkids. He started off as an elder, and he basically adopted all of the kids of the clan they were in, sort of. And he is basically it's Tychus, I believe. And he is a darkness cultivator who uses his body and basically just rams through everything. And then his brother is also a darkness cultivator, but he becomes a necromancer. And there's another thing I really like is how they use different abilities in different ways. Like the necromancer uses his control over bones and dead things to create armor for his brother. And I just find that really fascinating, how he uses different types of essence and different combinations and things. So, if you liked this video and want to see more like it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And then if you have any book suggestions or want to join the realm when it's ready, make sure to leave a comment down below and I will be sure to read them. Thank you.